Hello everybody. This is a presentation for knowledge management section of satellite meeting of IFLA 2016 in Cincinnati University Langsam Library. The topic is becoming a learning organization, and it is a case study of National Library and Archive of Iran. Dr. Nashar, me myself, Mir Hosseini, and Mrs. Zahedi are the writers. The external and internal view of the library, as you see, and now what is a learning organization? Knowledge is considered a key factor in development. In recent decades, knowledge creation and knowledge flow and use have become the catalyst for development, especially in newly developed countries and countries in transition. Knowledge is the key strategic asset in the 21st century, and organizations that value knowledge invest in developing the best strategy for identifying, developing, and applying the knowledge assets they need to succeed. The concept of learning organization has been expanded to learning society and learning nation to describe countries that make the most of the knowledge cycle. Learning is the most important way for improving performance in the long term, and leading organizations in the future are those that can effectively exploit the capabilities, commitment, and learning capacity of all the members. A learning organization learns from mistakes or recognizes when old solutions no longer apply. A culture that learns and adapts as part of everyday working practices is essential. A learning organization is more prepared for the unexpected. There is a difference between the concept of learning organization and organizational learning. The former being a process and the latter is structure. Although organizations learn in order to achieve their goals, a learning organization is one which is founded on a learning culture and structure. The purpose of the present research is to examine the 5 factors: leadership, planning, information dissemination, innovation, and implementation. The methodology is a survey. A questionnaire was developed based on the Witt and Leon model with 57 items, and the face and content validity of the instrument was confirmed by an expert panel in the field of information science and management. Moreover, Cronbach alpha 97% was obtained, indicating the high reliability of the question. The population consisted of all the employees of Nlai with at least a master's degree of 10 years of experience. 326 questionnaires were distributed among them, of which 213 were returned. One sample t-test, independent sample t-test, and analysis of variance were used for data analysis. Normal distribution was confirmed for all the tests by calculating skewness and curtices of the variables. In table 1, as you see, readiness of Nlai is tested by 5 factors, and the results of t-test shows that there is no significant difference between the calculated mean and the theoretical mean. It can be concluded that Nlai's readiness to become a learning organization is at an average level. Table 2 is the respondents' views about the readiness in different departments, and the results shows that the employees of the archive department of Nlai have a higher perception of readiness for becoming a learning organization. One-way analysis of variance was performed to examine the differences between these groups. The results between groups and within groups of the different departments shows that the F value is significant at the 500th% level. Thus, there is a significant difference between different Nlai departments in readiness for becoming a learning organization. Sheff's post hoc test was used to explain the difference between different departments. Table 4, Sheff's post hoc test in departments shows that different significant differences between different departments is obvious, and according to the respondents, the archive department is readier than other departments for adopting a learning structure, followed by the research and education department and the cataloging and information services department. Discussion and conclusion about 5 factors are as follows. Leadership. The results of t-test were significant and indicated that Nlai's leadership is appropriate for becoming a learning organization. It must be noted that in addition to having a clearly defined vision, commitment of the top management to pursue and promote the vision is crucial to its realization. Also, the employees should understand, accept, and implement the vision, and rewards and incentives can help in motivating them. Planning. Having realistic expectations of employees, 3.62, and having measurable plans for achieving the vision, 3.32, were the most important planning factors. The results of t-test were significant and indicated that Nlai's readiness in terms of planning is higher than average. Information dissemination. The results indicated that the most important information factors were awareness of expectations in the internal and external environment, T.37, accessibility of information, 3.24, employees' information about the organization's plans and activities, 3.24. The results of t-test were significant and showed that Nlai's readiness to become a learning organization was higher than average in terms of information dissemination. In the innovation factor, the result shows that none of the innovation factors had a mean greater than 3. Valuing novel ideas, 2.93, having an open environment, 2.92, were the most important factors. Risk-taking and embracing change had the lowest means. The results of t-test showed that innovation is below average in Nlai, which negatively affects its readiness to become a learning organization. Previously, Jamali and Nashad, 2010, showed that Nlai's climate does not promote creativity. About implementation, the results showed that none of the implementation factors had a mean greater than 3.5, identifying the learning needs of employees over the last 3 months, 3.5, and managers' ability to communicate with employees, 3.44, were the most important implementation factors. Overall, the results indicated significant weaknesses in this dimension, as the mean of other items were significantly lower than average. Fair allocation of budget between different plans, management fulfilling the promises, understanding the important role of cooperation in performance, effective use of skilled employees, constant availability of work equipment and supplies, structured training courses for employees, concentration of learning and development plans on continuous improvement. Finally, the results of t-test showed that the implementation is lower than average, solving the problem of different departments of an organization that aspires to become a learning organization is a major challenge. Roles and flexible in a learning organization and multitasking is promoted. And now about the differences in the views of respondents by the departments. The conclusion on the whole showed significant differences between views of employees of different departments. and the results of the test indicated that the archive department is readier than other departments for adopting a learning structure, followed by the research and education department and the cataloging and information service departments. And now suggestions. Top management. The top management at Nlai must have a clear understanding of the working conditions and facilitate the flow of information through different channels. Self-scrutiny is important for learning organizations. There are various ways for tapping into the perceptions of employees, the most effective of which is meetings between the management and the employees. Human resources. Human resource development is another major factor for organizations that wish to adopt a learning structure. It is a starting point for increasing productivity as well as the quality of products and services. In addition to training, the learning needs of employees must be identified and their progress must be evaluated. Restructuring the HRD department, fair allocation of resources among different departments and plans, and job rotation can be effective in this regard. In the case of innovation, the reward and evaluation systems should be flexible and encourage innovation. Employees must be encouraged to take calculated risks. This climate requires participatory and non-hierarchical management. Managers should be regarded as coaches, not as authority figures. Managers require certain skills to be able to facilitate change and should provide feedback to employees and teams. Innovation flourishes in a safe environment where mistakes are tolerated as a learning opportunity. Other factors that can encourage innovation are involving creative employees in decision-making and planning and the highest levels of the organization, Increasing employees' motivation, respecting them, and rewarding them based on merit. It also imperative to assign employees with relevant skills to different tasks in order to create a friendlier environment. Having flexible work schedules, giving employees more freedom, supporting novel ideas, learning from successful ideas implemented in other organizations, and empowering employees are other factors that can contribute to fostering innovation in Nlai. Innovation must be incorporated into the library's culture as a norm and value. Implementation. About implementation. Learning organizations never become accustomed to problems. Rather, they look at them from new perspectives, which leads to incubation of new ideas and solutions. A learning organization provides information about budgets, profits, and losses to all its members. And free flow of information within the organization is supported. Changing the organizational structure, reconsidering administrative procedures, increasing transparency and reducing bureaucracy, placing quality over quantity, and motivating employees to understand, accept, and implement the organization's vision are other factors that can help Nlai on its path to becoming a learning organization. At the end, we acknowledge all the staff that collaborated the research by responding to the questionnaires in National Library and Archive of Iran. Thank you very much, everybody, and I wish the best for all of you.